What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is LT Gavin, and I'm bringing to you some Elder Scrolls Online beta gameplay. Now, let me start this off, ladies and gentlemen, by saying this is no ordinary Elder Scrolls gameplay, okay? We are breaking this down. I'm talking about breaking it down Barney style, because there is a population on Elder Scrolls who have come from World of Warcraft, who have come from Lord of the Rings Online, and do not know what the hell they're freaking doing. How did they, what game? That doesn't even make any sense. It's an MMO just like every other MMO. No, you're fucking wrong, and we're gonna prove it right now. So for those that are gonna be buying the game and playing the game, I recommend that you watch this, and those who have been playing the game, watch this, you might learn something. That way when we all come in, we are playing at the top of our game for Elder Scrolls, alright? So bear with me as we start off with the 5 Ds of Dumbassedness. So guys, let's go ahead and kick this off with the first D of Dumbassedness, and it is the most important of the Dumbassednesses, and it is that people do not know how to block. And I'm telling you, 90% of the people in this game are unable to block effectively. And if you're going to be running with your buddies in dungeons or running as a pug, you better know how to block, and you better know how to block right. You want to be effective in this game? Blocking is your first tool in your arsenal. But Gavin, I know how to block. 90% of the world knows how to block. Shut up, Special Steve. You shut your face right now. You know what you're talking about, and I'm about to prove it right now. Oh, here we go. Looks like she's gonna need some help. Oh, it's not looking good. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Ah, did block. You did block. You don't deserve my help. You're a whole case of stupid. Block! Here it comes! Block it! For the love of Tom Cruise, somebody block it! Oh my god. Okay. Ah, you're wearing heavy armor, it's your job to block! What do you think about that, Special Steve? Well, all I saw was people flying through the air, and you standing there not doing nothing! Shut your face, Special Steve! Here you go, not knowing what you're talking about again! So, let me break this down for you. So you'll see when fighting any AI character that they have a preemptive strike, and that's a preemptive strike right there, and it's got the yellow sparks that form around the character to let us know that heavy attack is coming. Now, because we know it's coming, we can prepare for it by right-clicking, which enables our blocking animation, which will defend us from this attack. Not only defend us, but rebound the enemy attack upon them, putting them into a stun state. And when they're at a stun state, we can hold down our left mouse button and initiate a power attack, knocking the enemy to the ground and doing heavy damage. So watching for this preemptive strike indicator gives you the advantage on the enemy because you're able to block it, rebound the block and stun them, and get a knockdown effect. And this is buying you extremely valuable time in a combat situation where every health point matters. And the beautiful thing about this is that any character can initiate this block, stun, knockdown sequence. You don't need a skill for it. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, this is not World of Warcraft. This is not Lord of the Rings Online. You do not need a skill. Any character can do this as long as the AI allows it. You do not have to wait on a skill cooldown timer to be able to block an attack in Elder Scrolls Online. Special Steve! So why I spent so much time on this is it is essentially the first building block of everything I'm going to teach you today. So moving on to the second D of Dumbassedness is that people do not use the interrupt ability. Now, instead of seeing the yellow spark preemptive charge, you're going to see a red one, just like this one right here. That's when you know it's time to right-click, hold that mouse button down and block, and then you left-click, initiating a push, which starts the entire stun knockdown sequence all over again. And ladies and gentlemen, again, you ain't got to have a skill to interrupt spellcasters in Elder Scrolls Online. So moving on to number 3 is that people do not know how to... Why, yes. That's absolutely right, Team 4-Star Piccalo. Thanks for stopping by. But he's right. People do not know how to effectively dodge in this game, or where to use it and how to use it tactically. So allow me to briefly explain. So I'm sure you're all aware that by double tapping W, A, S, or D, you will actually initiate a dodge in that direction. But what a lot of people don't know is the other effects of the dodge. Now, obviously a dodge is used to get out of the way of long-range attacks such as that, or in PvP it gets you out of the way of hazardous knockdown attacks like that one right there. So here's what a lot of people don't realize. When you find yourself frozen or trapped or rooted into the ground, you can use your dodge to actually break out of that. And not only is this extremely effective when you're dungeoning, but it's incredibly effective in PvP. When a hostile tries to root you, you know you're about to die, but then you're able to break out of that root. So that's going to sum it up for the number 3D. As we move on to number 4D, people don't use locational damage. Now realistically, this is a pretty simple concept, and the only thing you need to worry about is where you're attacking the enemy from. So if somebody else is attacking the enemy and you can get behind them, you're going to get a damage bonus. So you always want to try to get behind your enemy to get that locational damage bonus. Now I'm not spending a lot of time on this because it is so simple, but I'm going to show you a video right now that's going to utilize rule 1, 2, and 4. So here we go. So I initiate the fight with this mini boss here, and he starts winding up, so I block it, and he goes into stun state. My buddy then knocks him down. Then I get behind him for locational damage, and we eliminate this guy in a matter of seconds. So that, my friends, is a perfect example of following the rules to avoid the 5 Ds of dumbassedness. Now, enough with number 4, we're moving on to number 5, and the number 5 D of dumbassedness is people do not use crowd control. Oh, there's nothing that pisses me off more than people don't follow this rule. Now watch this battle right here. If you look to the left, you'll see that the initial person who started the battle is getting hit by something. And he, what's going on? I don't know what I'm getting hit by. Bam, he's dead. And it's because he backed up too far into those enemies over there, and he screwed himself. Guys, this is so important that you survey the battlefield before you run into battle, especially with a mini-boss like this. Because not only are you screwing yourself over, but if you're in a dungeon with your teammates, you are screwing everyone over, and they call that a wipe. So as we close up the rules of the 5 Ds of dumbassedness, let me just say that I just thought that this entire Elder Scrolls server was at a loss until one person showed up and became a beacon of sunshine and hope to all who fall under the class that is dumbassedness. So watch this clip. The player sneaks up from behind and gets the locational damage right off the bat. Now, she knows that this is a mini-boss, so she's prepping for that swing. Boom! She got the block, the stun, and the knockdown. And I just noticed that this is a level 8 taking on a level 9 mini-boss and has barely lost any health. So it just goes to show that if you follow these rules, you will be an incredibly effective player when Elder Scrolls comes out. So in closing, guys, let's wrap this up with the 5 Ds of dumbassedness. And again, guys, this is a category that you do not want to be in. You do not want to be that player that does not know how to block, interrupt, and you definitely don't want to be the player that doesn't know how to dodge! That's right. And you don't want to be the guy that doesn't know how to use locational damage. And please, for the love of God, use crowd control. But that's it, guys. That's all I have for you today. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, share to your friends, share to the guys that are going to be playing with you because you want them to be good as you are. So, we'll see you guys. This is LT Gavin signing out.